So, number one, I probably need to turn the volume down so you guys can actually hear me. I don't actually have Doom on PS4, which means if I want to record some gameplay footage for you guys and talk about it, I gotta go super ghetto with this shit. So let me know how it looks. It's not gonna look as good as that PS4 footage though, but we'll see. We will see. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. No, not that. Yeah, I'm using the fucking camera. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get all of that in there so you don't miss any of the sweet action. So, when I heard they were going to be doing another Doom, initially I was kind of worried. The footage that we've seen that was of the old version didn't look like anything spectacular. However, they decided to kick it up a notch, go back to the drawing board, and developed this version of Doom, which I can say is a lot better. Holy crap, it looks good, it plays good, and it's pretty nice as a callback to what I call arena shooters. I'm sure you know, most of you, when you think of shooter, you think of like Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that, but when I'm talking about arena shooters, I mean games in which you're, strafing around enemies, you've got a shotgun, you don't have to worry too much. Go down. You're making me look like Polygon. Thank you. Arena shooters, you're running around, you're strafing around enemies, you're always on the move. Of course, I don't like to be always on the move because... Is that a glitch? Did I see a glitch? I could have swore I saw a glitch. I don't like to always be on the move with the pistol because the pistol is a pain in the ass to aim, honestly, and it doesn't have a lot of kick. If I could say one negative thing about Doom, the pistol that you start with is complete garbage. This gun sucks. I hate it. It's not a very good pistol. But,
we have to continue.
Doom, I mean, where to begin with it? Again, it looks great, but the gameplay is really the meat and bones of what's going on here. This game plays just like old titles like Serious Sam, Painkiller, Duke Nukem. It's a return to the arena shooter format. Now, if you've been playing, Call of Duty, Battlefield, or Halo, then you're probably not used to arena shooters. But, you've got hordes of enemies, you've got big open levels, there are corridors, a few of them. You start off in this area and there's corridors everywhere, but the arena shooters would just drop you into a horde of enemies, and you had plenty of guns to deal with them. And that's one thing that I love about this Doom, is there's no two-weapon loadout. I don't think any Doom had a two-weapon loadout, but I really hate when there's just, oh, you've only got two guns to carry around. That's horseshit. That's one of the reasons that the new Duke Nukem Forever was lambasted, was because it wasn't, true to its origins. With this game, you've got every single gun that you could possibly want. You've got at least two shotguns, you've got a chain gun, you've got plasma gun, you've got the BFG, and you've got your chainsaw. There's plenty of ways to kill your enemies, and that's one thing that I like. Being able to, just ninja flip around the bad guys and swap between different guns is fantastic. I can't lie, when I do get the super shotgun, it's usually the only thing that I end up using. Right quick, we're going to show you, these are the glory kills, and a lot of people complained about the glory kills. Me, personally, I see no issue whatsoever with glory kills. I find them to be really visceral and really entertaining. It's a lot of fun, and considering in, the other Dooms, you'd have these big brooding enemies, and all you could really do was shoot rockets to their face until they died. Now, however, you can really get up close and personal because there is, of course, that promise of a glory kill when you take out a Hell Knight or a Cyber Demon or any of these other things. That's an imp. The enemy designs also look freaking fantastic. I was worried about what they could possibly do when it came down to enemy designs in this game, and they nailed it. Everything looks so great. Whereas Doom 3 really tried too hard to be survival horror, this game just tries really hard to be badass. and everything looks badass, from the Barons of Hell to the Pinky Demons, which I was actually pretty happy to see they're back in their proper form. I like Doom 3. Doom 3 is not a bad game, it's a bad sequel, but I always hated what they did with the Pinky Demons. And then the Doom movie, which isn't actually that bad. It's cringy in some aspects, but it's not a bad game. I mean, a bad movie. I didn't like that it kind of, twisted the knife with the Pinky design in that film. It was kind of annoying. But, this time around, everything looks really badass. And I just enjoy the designs of these enemies. I also love destroying the shit out of them. Look at that. That's just beautiful. I'm out of ammo for the shotgun. I had a problem with my game save. Not any problem with the game. I don't have problems with the game deleting data, but when my Xbox One is not online, which I keep it offline almost all the time, sometimes the datas get kind of weird and don't want to load the games properly. So I basically uninstalled the game and reinstalled it just to do this video. That's why you're getting, the first level instead of some cooler shit later on. Which I would have liked to have done some cooler shit later on, but I got shit to do today, and I can't play the whole damn game again just to show you late game stuff. I hate this fucking pistol. This pistol is bad. I'm not lying.
Demon presence at unsafe level. Lockdown in effect.
But as you can see, Doom looks really good, plays really good. It's just a all-around fantastic game.
Disengaged.
Anybody know about that Easter egg? And I'm honestly really happy with what id Software and Bethesda did with this title. It's got a great soundtrack, it's got great characterization. The story, for what is there, people are like, oh, it doesn't have a story. It does have a story. It just tries to be very hands-off with the story because it doesn't want to bog you down with it. There's a lot of shooters out there that are always trying to bog you down with their story and have, story time. It's time for you to get our story. This game, a lot of the story elements are pulled back to data logs and shit like that. The only time it ever makes you sit and listen to story is one spot when you go to Samuel Hayden's office. And that's it. Shut up, Hayden. I love this music. It's fantastic. We're gonna do a jump cut. I ain't done talking about this game. I mean, I could make a short 8-minute video, but I actually want to really talk about it. Because, Doom is just a fantastic series, and this game harkens back to the old school stuff. I'm not inside that corridor anymore, so I think I could probably talk a little more and be a little more comfortable discussing the game. The series itself has always been about action. That's the one thing, again, I like Doom 3. Doom 3 is not a bad game. Let me dismiss that. Doom 3 is not a bad game. It's just, it tried to be horror. And that was the thing that pissed me off about Doom 3 was I wasn't playing Doom ever for horror. I played Doom for that kind of shit right there. I want action. I want to brutalize demons in a very visceral way. And that's what this game gives me. It gives me very brutal, very visceral gameplay and allows me to go to town on some demon ass. And if that's what you're looking for, then this game is certainly for you. A lot of people have, had numerous questions about the new Doom. How is it? How does it play? It plays so smooth. It runs really good on Xbox One. I can only assume it runs just as good on the PS4. I have not played the PS4 version. But it looks great and it runs really smooth. I can't tell if it's 60 frames per second. I don't get caught up on the frames per second. I'm a guy who's like, 30 FPS will work for me. But it does feel really smooth. It feels really responsive. The enemies, in the beginning of the game right now, they're kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. After playing this game on harder difficulties and playing with all of my guns and dealing with Barons of Hell and Cyber Demons and I keep saying Cyber Demons, I mean Hell Knights. The Cyber Demon's a boss, and the game has boss fights. And I was actually really surprised. There are, to my knowledge, if my memory serves me correct, just 3 boss fights. You get 2 much later in the game, and then you have the final boss fight, which I don't want to spoil any of that. But I found the boss fights a little bit infrequent. I was hoping for a little bit more of that. I think that would have been a lot cooler. Oh, there you are. But I was surprised with the boss fights, and they were well done. I think that the second boss fight you get And when I say, you know, the number of boss fights, I mean basically the boss is not like the number of times you fight. There's technically more boss fights, I guess, if you consider the number of fights. But I really wish this door opened. Thank you. But yeah, the boss fights were really, really well done. I just thought there should have been more of them. I mean, if they wanted to throw in, you know, some of the things that I saw in the old Doom, that would have been really cool. I would have liked to have seen, you know, more bosses, more big enemies, and that's the thing that I like about this game is, you know, you have the hordes of imps and soldier demons and you know, the possessed human creature things. I don't know exactly what they're called, the Taken, whatever they are. You have a number of different little dudes, but you've also got the big dudes. You got Pinkies, you got Hell Knights, you have Cyber Demons, you have Mancubus. There are tons of shit that will really test your strafing abilities. And, you know, again, like right now, it seems a little boring. But later in the game, when the metal soundtrack kicks up, when you are surrounded by enemies and you are fighting for your life and you're searching desperately for that one enemy to glory kill so you can get some of that precious health back, it is intense as all hell. And it is a lot of fun. I hate this shotgun, by the way. I don't like the first weapons at all. I think it gets a little better when I find the assault rifle. But the starter weapons just aren't my cup of tea. I like the super shotgun, I like the assault rifle. The pistol and the starter shotgun, in my opinion, are trash. I mean, they get the job done, but I really don't like them. One thing you'll have to get used to is the fact that none of the weapons reload. It took me a while to get out of the habit of pressing the X or square button in order to reload a weapon that didn't need reloading. But you know, once you get out of that habit, you'll have a lot more fun with the game. But you know, it's jarring. You know, for so long, I can't double jump. That's right. For so long, we've had games that needed that our weapons needed reloading, and now there's just this game that's suddenly on the scene that, you know, goes back to the old days where it's just, hey, you got ammo, shoot. And I find that really fascinating. You know, there are, you know, a lot of people will probably think, oh, well, you can just shoot ridiculous. Well, there's a lot of other things that keep you from being too overpowered. For instance, you know, the weapons fire at a certain rate. Some weapons overheat. The chain gun in particular overheats, which at first was a little disappointing. But when I got later in the game, and you know, I got the upgrade that keeps it cool, and then I got the other rune upgrade that makes me basically have infinite ammo as long as I don't get hit and have full, you know, like a certain percentage of full armor and full health. Then it really got ridiculous. I was destroying these demons left and right. Yes, there are, of course, you know, rune upgrades and things like that. There's other little things to find, like you just saw I picked up a weapon upgrade. There's rune upgrades. There's a lot of little upgrades to basically keep it entertaining for you. But aside from the rune upgrades and the weapon upgrades, there's a lot of other things to really dabble in when it comes to replayability. For instance, every level, well, not every level, these first two starter levels don't really have any, but later levels have all kinds of little challenges and hidden secrets for you to find. That's one thing I absolutely love, is finding secrets in these games. I like to hunt around and scour the level to see if I can find any hidden items or, you know, collectibles or secrets or any of that shit. And I saw a few reviewers bitching. I have no ammo for my shotty. I saw a few reviewers bitching like, oh god, they tell you where the secrets are. Don't listen to these fucktards. They don't tell you where the secrets are. Later in the game, you can upgrade yourself to where it will show you where secrets are. If you've played other games that have collectibles and have upgrades, for instance, I think it was Saints Row 3 is where I hunted a lot of secrets for the first time in a Saints Row game. And you could upgrade to the point where it would show you on the map where all the stuff was. That's the same in Doom. You will eventually be able to upgrade to the point where your sensors will tell you, hey, there's a Doom guy sitting somewhere around here, or there's a weapons upgrade sitting over here. You just gotta track it down and find it. They do not spoil that shit for you. And stop listening to bad reviewers talking about, oh, well, they just show you where these are. It's on the mini-map. I've seen that shit from all kinds of people, including Super Bunny Hop, which I like Super Bunny Hop. No ill will towards Super Bunny Hop. But, motherfucker, you are the one that did that for your video. Stop trying desperately to hate this game. And since I'm calling out other YouTubers, let's just be real frank with Razor Fist real quick. This game does not have dubstep. You need to clean the shit out of your ears and understand that just because it sounds a certain way doesn't make it fucking dubstep. Stop trying so hard to hate this game. I don't know what that was right there. I need to repatch this after I reinstalled it. But, yeah, that's the thing. The game looks great, plays great, sounds great. It's got a multitude of difficulty levels. It's got all kinds of collectibles to find. It's got tons of demons to shoot. It's got great guns later. And it's a lot of fun. I really recommend that if you have yet to play Doom, you pick it up as soon as possible, because it's certainly worth playing. It is a hearkening back to the arena shooters of old, and it makes me immensely happy killing demons in it. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. If not, I'm sorry. Maybe you just enjoyed watching me shoot shit. But yeah, Doom is freaking great, and the haters can suck my dick.